Hello and welcome to Fair Isle. We're doing a little special on food today. It's something that Emily and Clark's Adventures have put together. They've got a few sailing channels from around the world to give their experiences, what it costs them, what they eat, that sort of thing. And so we're going to give a view of what we've had so far.
We started our journey in England, then we came down through Portugal, Spain and through the Med to end up here in Venice. So this is our food journey. It all began in England, the land of pork pies, cheddar cheese and pickled eggs. Really, I'm not joking, pickled eggs.
This is the part where I tell you that one phone call from me and the Department of Health will be down here. You'll be shut down for 30 days, I guarantee it. Do you really want to do that to your boss? It's not like I'm asking you to cough up.
Come on now. Can't hear the game. Tommy, point for the pretty boy, huh? Settle his stomach. Oh. Thanks.
As we sail along the south coast, we have some excellent meals in pubs. It's not just about the beer in most places nowadays, the food is also superb. And then came the time to try food from the regions, and that means the Cornish pasty.
They're supposed to have these really thick crusts. They were originally for Cornish tinman, weren't they?
Yeah.
And they could hang on to the crust and eat the middle bit without
It's just an elaborate sandwich,
very nice.
From England we head south to Portugal, where the national dish is sardines. You can see why. We leave the dolphins to round up dinner while we head off with some sailing friends to taste port. Port is a fortified wine and comes in a range of colours from white to rosé and tawny and red. We try them all.
The crew that comes and has for breakfast port and Superbock. Superbock. Excellent.
Fresh orange juice.
And the sardine sandwich though.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Is that really a sardine sandwich?
Yeah,
It
delicious.
is?
Yeah, delicious.
Good grief. Excellent. Impressed.
Of course, sailing also includes cooking on board, and when the boat is rocking, it's important to be secure in the kitchen.
Cooking with hot fat on a moving boat's probably not recommended, but hey ho, we'll be careful. So that's that. There you go.
Our friend Tove shows me round her galley. She's sailed around the world in all kinds of weather conditions.
And you know, it's very steady to stay here and work. You can put my back on
And it doesn't make you feel queasy to be down here in the storm.
No.
That's really good. That's so handy. I don't like being down below.
When we arrive in Spain, it's wonderful paella or tapas on the menu. An excellent way to eat and drink, and for the most part, the food is very cheap. Christmas in the marina in Cartagena is a combination of bring your own meals, I make sausage rolls, and a menu of fish or turkey as the main course. We eat al fresco in the sunshine. After that fantastic Christmas in Cartagena, we began our second season at sea in the Med, and I became a pescatarian.
And I didn't.
But luckily, there are plenty of vegetables and fish to be had around that part of Spain, except that we almost immediately went into lockdown.
Yeah, and that caused a lot of problems in itself. Not getting food, because one of us could go out at a time just to get food, but gas. You've got to cook your food, and we ran out of gas, running out of water as well, so really caused us some issues. So a very successful trip for food, but I think the key is getting these. We didn't have any disposable barbecues, but basically we're going to make our own. We've got some tin trays. We can just put one of our grills over the top of that and hopefully cook all our meals on these now.
For the next 2 weeks?
For the next 2 weeks, that'll be fine.
We spend over 3 months in lockdown in the Mar Menor. It's very quiet, which I guess is what you'd expect. I have seen a couple of people, so there are still some people here. But it's pretty eerie. The Spanish rules are quite strict, so we have just one spa shop that we can go to. But luckily for us, it is very well stocked. Hey, very pleased. How lucky are we? Big grin. Vegetables,
Full shelves.
biscuits, and it's just like a normal day. Well, almost. The biggest problem we have is gas, or rather the lack of it. This leads to some valiant attempts on our part to adapt. Wow, that is really working. I have to admit I wasn't sure this is going to work out, but actually that's bubbly going, ooh, nicely. So, I mean, this is enough for a week. I think I overdid the vegetables.
You've cooked for a whole marina. We can't give this to anyone. We can't go in.
I wasn't sure if it was going to work, and I wasn't sure, how often we're going to be able to do this, because it is really windy. I mean, it's just about protected here, but out here, look.
It is a point actually, because we want to at some stage get a barbecue on the stern rail, don't we? But in fact, in this, you couldn't use it. I couldn't light it. I had difficulty lighting it here. But
this is great. I mean, this is a really good plan. Well done.
It's a bit precarious. And we shouldn't really do a wide shot because we're sitting here in their pyjamas. I think half the world's in their pyjamas at the moment, though, so I think we'll get away with it.
Yes.
The oven gloves weren't as fireproof as you might expect.
Oh my goodness.
Blown to pieces out here.
I really miss those oven gloves.
Why people can't have the same standard across the world for gas and make life easier? We like life easier for everyone, surely, because they can just make the same ones everywhere. But if you remember, when we came from Holland, we had that regulator, and that was no good when we got to England. It was a different bottle. Here they've got, I know I'm going to go to a petrol station, and they do bottles like this, I think of butane, not of propane. And they're big ones. They're too big to go in here, which is why we haven't bothered buying them before, but that's the least of our worries now. So if I can get one of those bottles, as long as I've got a regulator that fits, because no shop will be open to sell regulators, it's just the garage that hopefully will be open and selling gas bottles. Hopefully one of these will do it. If it doesn't, I do have a pack of connectors that I bought before we came out, different gas fittings. So hopefully, amongst all that lot, we'll get something that works.
So are you worried?
No, it'll all be fine. Don't panic.
Okay. One of the things we were able to do during lockdown, and pretty much throughout our time living on a boat actually, was make smoothies. Now, I've been using my NutriBullet for years, and I brought it with me onto the boat. The good thing is that if you run out of things, or if you have things left over, or if you can't get things, which was the case when we were locked down, you can just mix up whatever you want. So this is a banana and spinach and a tangerine. Now the trick, I think, is a little bit of peel, because that gives it a kick. And these are some sunflower seeds. And add water. All right, we have filtered water, which is very good, but it does take a lot of time though to come through. So we might have to speed this bit up. You fill it up to a maximum level. And the trick, I think, is actually not to put too many ingredients in. If you look at the brochure, it has food right up to the top. And I think it's better to have less. Make it a bit more watery. Otherwise it can get a bit chewy. Okay, there we are. So it's filled up to the line. And you put the this top on. And go for it. For about 10 seconds. 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3. 15, roughly. Or 30. Or however long you want to mix it up for, really. And then there is your juice. And then, oh, I can't get the lid off.
That's why I always have to do this.
Can you get the lid off for me, please? Thank you.
There you go.
Good. And then we can pour it out and drink it.
That's it. Let me have a taste.
There you go.
Tastes much better than it looks. I like it when it's got some kick to it though. What do you put to get kick? Is that the?
It's the rind.
All right, maybe more rind.
More rind.
Oh, okay.
After lockdown, I just want to walk and climb, so that's what we decide to do. The wonderful beaches in Formentera, the hillside rambles in Ibiza, and the long days out exploring Mallorca. Then to the clearest water in Europe in Sardinia. After 4 months of our own cooking, it is wonderful to find this lovely fish restaurant on the beach.
Here, with something on no foreign land.
But this culinary story would not be complete without talking about Venice, and that means Aperol Spritz. Aperol and Prosecco with a dash of soda water.
Aperol, my favourite.
Perfect.